Time. It is the invisible thread that stitches together the fabric of existence. We speak of it constantly, saving time, spending time, wasting time. Yet, when we pause and ask, what is time? The silence that follows is deafening. Time is both everything and nothing. It governs the universe, yet evades all attempts to be fully understood. In this exploration, we journey through the metaphysics of time, peeling back layers of perception, memory, and consciousness to ask whether time is real, and if so, what kind of reality it possesses. From the very beginning, humans have lived under the shadow of time. The rising and setting sun, the changing seasons, the wrinkles that slowly gather upon our skin. These are the signposts of a passage we have come to name time. But is time an objective reality, flowing like a river from past to future? Or is it simply a construct of the human mind, a way to organize the chaos of experience? In classical physics, time is absolute. Isaac Newton declared that time ticks uniformly throughout the cosmos, unaffected by events or perspective. According to Newton, time exists independently of everything else, a backdrop against which all motion and change occur. But this view was shattered with the arrival of Einstein's theory of relativity. Time, it turned out, is not absolute. It bends, stretches, slows, and even dilates. The faster you move through space, the slower you experience time. And near massive objects, like black holes, time almost comes to a halt. This revelation, that time is not fixed, suggests something profound. Time is not the universal constant we once believed. It is flexible, relative, and intertwined with space. Together, space and time form a single fabric, space-time. But while physics describes how time behaves, metaphysics asks what time actually is. Is it an entity in its own right, or merely a measure of change? Philosophers have long debated these questions. The ancient Greeks offered two opposing views. Heraclitus believed in the constant flux of existence. Everything flows, nothing stays. For him, time was the essence of change. Parmenides, on the other hand, argued that change is an illusion, and all reality is one, unchanging, eternal being. If change is illusory, then so is time. The world appears to change, but at the deepest level, it simply is. This paradox continues into modern philosophy. Immanuel Kant proposed that time is not something out there, but a category of the mind. Time, like space, is a framework through which we perceive the world, not an objective feature of reality, but a condition of human consciousness. According to Kant, the past, present, and future are mental filters, structuring our experience but not necessarily reflecting the true nature of things. Then there is the block universe theory, a concept arising from Einstein's own equations. In this view, the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Time is like a landscape, and each moment is a point in that terrain. Just as all places on a map coexist, so do all points in time. We move through time like a train moving on tracks, but the tracks themselves are already laid, already there. If this is true, then time doesn't pass. We do. Our consciousness is what moves. We experience moments in sequence, but in reality, all moments are eternally present. This brings us to a curious realization. Perhaps time is an illusion, not because it doesn't exist, but because our experience of it is only a limited perspective of a far greater reality. This idea resonates with many spiritual traditions. In Hindu philosophy, time is cyclic. It flows in vast cosmic cycles: creation, preservation, destruction, and rebirth. In Buddhist thought, the present moment is the only true reality. The past is memory, the future is imagination, and clinging to either is a root of suffering. In mysticism, timelessness is often described as a state of enlightenment. where the self transcends linear time and rests in the eternal now. So where does this leave us? If time is not linear, not objective, not even real in the way we think, how should we live? The answer may lie not in escaping time, but in deepening our relationship with it. Rather than rushing through life, enslaved by the clock, we can slow down and enter the fullness of each moment. We can recognize that every breath is a miracle, every second a doorway to the eternal. Metaphysically, time is not a countdown, but a canvas. It's not a thief, but a teacher. It asks us to look beyond the surface of events and into the depths of being. It asks us to hold the present not as a fleeting instant, but as a sacred temple, where the infinite meets the finite, where the soul finds its rhythm. The metaphysics of time invites us to wake up, to realize that the ticking of the clock is not the beat of our prison, but the heartbeat of a greater mystery. And in listening closely to that rhythm, we may find that what we thought was passing away was actually leading us home. If this reflection stirred something within you, I invite you to explore more. More ideas, more inner questions, more unseen layers of truth. Subscribe to Metaphysics Diary and continue walking with us on this path of inner transformation. Because sometimes the answers we seek are not in the future. They're right here, hidden in the stillness of the present moment.